Hello, our current subject is syllable types, and more specifically, open and closed syllables. Before we dive into syllables, let's talk about the definition of a syllable.
Okay, teacher, so let's start with the definition of a syllable. So we have hand motions that go with that. So a syllable is a word or a part of a word with one vowel sound. So again, looking at the pieces, a syllable, we often clap syllables, so we clap syllable, is a word, or we make it smaller, or a part of a word with one V for vowel, and then our ear pointing for sound. So together with me, please, everybody. So a syllable is a word or a part of a word with one vowel sound. There you go.
Before we're finished with our work on syllable types, we will have discussed 6 different types of syllables. Clover is the mnemonic that aids recall of these types. C stands for closed. L stands for consonant plus LE. O for open, V for vowel team, E magic E, and R controlled. You might be asking yourself, why study syllable types? One of the trickiest issues in English is choosing the correct vowel sound. Knowing syllable types gives students a reliable strategy for making choices. Today, we're going to entertain 2 types of syllables, open and closed.
So teachers, are you ready to do a demo of open syllables? Yes, so Anne, we're going to talk about a new syllable type today. And that syllable type is an open syllable. What kind of syllable?
Open syllable.
And an open syllable has one vowel.
One vowel.
And it ends with a vowel. How's it end?
With a vowel.
And in an open syllable, the vowel opens its big fat mouth and says its name. What's the vowel say?
Its name.
All right, so let's review. What type of syllable?
Open syllable.
And it has how many vowels?
One vowel.
And it ends with a
vowel.
And the vowel says what?
Its name.
All right, so if we look at these words down here, the vowels would say
I, E, U, A, O.
And if we read the words, they say
I, she, mu, te, go.
Nicely done. All right, then teachers, the next activity we'll do is really an adult activity. It's not something we do with kids, but we look at these syllables and we sort them into open and not open. And when they're not open, we also want to talk about why they're not open. So if we look at these words, we'll begin with the word H-E. And how many vowels do you see, Anne?
1.
And how does it end?
With a vowel.
So is it an open syllable?
Yes.
So let's put it in the open column. Nice. S-P-I-T. How many vowels do you see?
1 vowel.
How does it end?
With a consonant.
So is it an open syllable?
No.
No. And the reason, please?
Oh, it ends with a consonant.
Nice. All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to stop your video and complete this worksheet.
Looking at our completed sheet under the column Open, we see the following syllables or words: H-E, W-O, S-T-A, S-H-Y, T-E, and P-L-U. I want to caution you in using words that end with Y. Make sure that you've taught that Y says I or Y says E. Otherwise, it looks like the word ends in a consonant and doesn't contain a vowel, right? So we would read the ones that we know we sorted into open. He, woe, stay, shy, tea, plu. Then we can look at the ones that are not open. We've already talked about spit. F-A-V-E has how many vowels? It has 2, doesn't it? So it's not open. L-O-A-T has how many vowels? It has 2, doesn't it? And it ends with a consonant, so clearly it's not open. And G-O-O has how many vowels? 2. So you wouldn't read the not columns. They may know them or they may not, but we only read what's fair. Now we're going to talk about closed syllables.
so today we're going to learn a new syllable type. Yay, isn't that exciting?
It is.
All right, and our new syllable type is closed. What type?
Closed syllable.
Yes, and a closed syllable has one vowel. How many vowels?
One vowel.
And it ends with a consonant. How does it end?
With a consonant.
And in a closed syllable, the vowel says its sound. What does the vowel say?
Its sound.
Right. So let's review. What type of syllable?
Closed syllable.
And it has how many vowels?
One vowel.
And it ends with a...
Consonant.
And the vowel in a closed syllable says...
Its sound.
Very good. So the vowels in these syllables would say...
A, I, A, E.
Now, teachers, you could read these words. It would be a judgment as to whether your children were up to reading these words. But if they were, you would do...
At, dig, jump, shot, read.
Very nice. And now, teachers, we're going to continue on with our syllable sort activity. You should have this in your manual. And looking at the first syllable, it's S-U-B. And how many vowels do you see in this syllable?
One vowel.
And how does it end?
With a consonant.
So is it a closed syllable?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And our next syllable is I-T. How many vowels do you see?
One vowel.
How does it end?
With a consonant.
And so is it a closed syllable?
Yes.
S-K-Y. How many vowels do you see?
One.
And how does it end?
With a vowel.
So is it a closed syllable?
No.
No. And so please write down why not.
Ends with a vowel.
And teachers, I'm going to stop at this point and let you finish it. But before I do stop, I want to point out the word S-K-Y. You don't want to include a word like sky until you have taught that the fact that in this word that Y is a vowel and it says I. Otherwise, it just looks like three consonants together with no vowels at all. So, and with that, please finish the worksheet and come back and we'll look at your answers.
All right, looking first at the syllables in the closed column. You should have S-U-B, I-T, F-I-S-H, P-L-I-C-K, V-I-L-L, and B-L-A-S-H. Let's practice pronouncing those because that's what we would need to do with our students. We would read sub, it, fish, plick, vil, and blash. Turning our attention to the not closed and Y. S-K-Y we've already discussed. We have F-L-U. How many vowels do you see? One. How does it end? It ends with a vowel. So it's not closed, and it goes in the not closed column, indicating that it ends with a vowel. L-E-E-T. How many vowels do you see? Two. So is it closed? No. So we put it in the not closed column. L-E-E-T, two vowels. Finally, T-A-N-E. How many vowels do you see? Two. Again, it goes in the not closed column, indicating that it has two vowels. We don't read the not closed column because they may or may not be fair words to our students. Turning our attention to the box at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a mention of short vowel exceptions. We'll talk in more detail about short vowel exceptions in the days to come. The point with short vowel exceptions is they are not considered closed syllables. They look like closed, but if we think about the word B-A-N-K, it has one vowel and ends in a consonant. But does that vowel say ah? Not really, does it? It says bank. Other patterns to be careful of when you're sorting closed syllables are vowel teams and bossy R words. Examples include words that end with vowels followed by an R, or vowel teams that end with a W or EIGH. The important point is that we want to catch our students doing things correctly, not trap them into making a mistake. On the screen, you'll see the directions that match the manual page on syllable sorting. The example that you see here would be used for a student who knows open and closed syllables only. So in the materials section, you'll see that the directions suggest pulling the syllable cards for closed, open, and not. The reason that we have a not card is because we may provide students with examples of syllables that aren't fitting the definition of closed and are not fitting the definition of open, and they need a place to sort and organize those non-examples as well. The way the activity works is that we ask students to look at the syllable and, using the key characteristics of each known syllable type, determine if the syllable they're looking at meets the definition of a closed, an open, or neither of those syllable types, and sort the card accordingly. Once students have used that visual information on the front of the card and their knowledge of the key characteristics, we ask them to apply that to decode the syllable correctly. We recommend in this example that the students go back and read all the closed syllables, reinforcing the knowledge that in a closed syllable, the vowel makes its short sound. Then they would shift to reading the open syllables, applying the knowledge that in an open syllable, the vowel will say its long name. We would not have them read the not column, since the not column contains syllable types that have not yet been learned. So let's look at our word list. Rather than use individual manipulatives discussed on the prior page, we are going to use a worksheet. Here's what not to do. We read the first word. It says grass. We think, oh well, we know the A is making its short sound, so it must be closed. Instead, we want to approach the activity as a student. Go back to the word grass. How many vowels? How does it end? What kind of syllable is it? Closed. Right. So the vowel must make its short sound. Then our word is grass. Skipping to the word keep. How many vowels do you see? We have 2, of course. So is it open or closed? No, it's not. Now, with that background, pause and complete this worksheet. When you resume, you'll find the answers. Please pause the video to review your answers. You'll note that all the words or syllables in the not column are words containing 2 vowels. Again, just to remind you, you don't read the not columns when you do a syllable sort, just the open and closed syllables. There are also some techniques we can use in the classroom to reinforce these activities. We can use the door splitting up the word on the frame. When the door is open, we have an open syllable, so the vowel said its name. When the door is closed, we have a closed syllable, so the vowel says its sound. We can fold over an index card, opening the flap when we have an open syllable, and the vowel says its name. Closing the flap, we have a closed syllable, and the vowel says its sound. At this point, pause the video, and in your role as teacher, use the syllable cards in your manual to introduce open and closed syllables to your students.